All right, hi you guys. Welcome back to my channel. So today this is actually a bit late, but today I'm going to be going through all of my December purchases, and it's kind of funny because now I'll soon be having a January purchases coming out soon. But for right now, I wanted to go through my December purchases because there was quite a few, and with Christmas time and everything, like I picked up a lot of things, I was gifted a lot of things, so I just kind of wanted to go through some. So, the first thing is the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. So I actually haven't used this. Clearly the seal is still on it and everything. But that's just because like I try to use up my setting sprays like one at a time. So right before this, I was using, I can't even remember what I was using. But then I started using the Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray, which I've always used this for like a really long time. It's one of my favorites. I'm wondering if, no, because I have an empties bin. And usually like if you have an empty, I'll put it in there, but maybe I threw it away. But whatever I was using before this, I can't exactly remember, but I went through it. So then I started up with this one. And then I went on to purchase this. And so I'm really excited. This is like about halfway gone. There's a lot of like things that like people talk about with the all-nighter spray, such as like, oh, this is, such as like, oh, it has like a lot of alcohol base. And so I'm thinking that like this might be, yeah, because, like everyone says, like, it says like it's flammable. Like that's probably a little like questionable. So I think this might be my last time using this. We'll see. It's still one of my like tried and true favorites. This is my third bottle that I've like ever picked up since I started getting into makeup, like at the beginning of my like college experience. So we'll see what I decide to do with this. But so this was my first purchase. Then after that, here, let me take everything out. I think the next thing I ended up purchasing was this Gimme Butterflies palette from ColourPop. Now, there's a lot of palettes in here, just a fair warning, but it looks like this. It is beautiful. So I've only done 2 looks with this, both times stunning. I've used this like color called Fair Play over here. I've used Making Moves. And this is just like overall a stunning palette. This collection is beautiful. I think the other one in this collection is called Flutter Away, or like something with Flutter. And that's like the next one I want to pick up. On their website, it's been gone. And I got this at the Ulta store, but like since then it's not there anymore. So like I'm thinking that I want to pick it up again from the ColourPop like online, but I have to wait for it to come back in. And another thing is I don't have any makeup on currently because there's some things that like I wanted to test with you guys because I haven't actually been able to use it. But yeah, so I love this. This is like a really beautiful palette. Then I believe the next thing I ended up picking up was that, oh yeah, this Too Faced Extra Spicy palette. So it's still in the box, but I have used it twice, I think now. And it is, so I don't have the like Too Faced Gingerbread Spice palette, but I have the Extra Spicy palette now, and it is stunning. Also smells amazing. I actually got this at TJ Maxx for $29, so a little more expensive, but like definitely not expensive as like having to pay for this for like full price. So this is something that I love. I haven't dipped in this blue shade, but like I really want to. I've used this like Hot Tamale color. I've used the In a Pinch. I've used this extra spicy shade. And so this is just something that like I'm so looking forward to using more. It's a great addition to my collection. And I don't actually have like a lot of these Too Faced like these like metal like palettes more. I think I only have like the Just Peachy, and I might have one or two more, but I don't really have any of the chocolate. The next one I really have been looking to get, like probably on Mercari or Poshmark or something, is the white chocolate palette. I just think those colors are stunning. So if there's any Too Faced palettes that like you personally love, please let me know. Let me try them out. I really want like to get more into like the Too Faced palettes. And then I also picked up with this palette is the Riviera palette. So I was so excited to see this in stores. I know like the launch, some people were like, I didn't love it. Some people like loved it. It was kind of like all over the place. And I think it was hard because Too Faced, like the Riviera palette came out and everyone was like, oh my God, I have to pick it up because the Too Faced because I don't know why I keep saying Too Faced. ABH kind of like does palettes like subtly, like they had the Modern Renaissance, then they had the Soft Glam, and they've just kind of done it every so often with the Norvina, the Sultry palette, and so like the Subculture palette. So I think that like I was expecting like when I first saw this to be like, oh, like I wanted to pick it up. And then next thing I know, they came out with the Alyssa Edwards palette, the Jackie Aina palette. They now have the Amarizi palette, the Carly Bible palette. And so I think just in 1 year, so much was coming out. Plus they had all those Norvina palettes. And so I think I was just so overwhelmed. Like I couldn't keep up. And I think the same was with ColourPop, is that I just could not keep up with the stuff that was coming out. This, I think, was a huge year for those two companies coming out with palettes. But anyway, so I really wanted this Norvina palette for so long, like before. And I just like, I asked for it for Christmas for my parents. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's not even in stock anymore. Like, I'm not going to be able to get this. And so then I like took it off my list, put the Carly Bible palette on. And so then, but then I saw this at TJ Maxx as well for $24.99. And oh my goodness, it has the plastic on it still. And it looks like this. Oh my goodness. I haven't used the brush yet, but it is beautiful. These colorful shades, like I like doing colorful looks, but like sometimes I'm like, they're not like every single day looks for sure. But like you can get some everyday like looks out of this palette using like this like estate color, or just coming over here to the palm color, even using this coastal line like color. I've done everyday looks, but then you can also do some killer colorful looks with like this yellow. Oops, I just touched the blue. With this yellow, this purple, this pink. And so I think this is overall like such a versatile palette. And I was so happy when I ended up picking it up, because like I had been thinking about it literally, I think since it had come out. I was like, oh my God, this is something I need. And then I never got it. And so getting it now, I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is such a fun palette to have in my collection. So I'm really excited about that. Then I want to say the next palette. Oh, wait, this was the first palette I got actually out of all of these. It was the Morphe and Jeffree Star collaboration palette. So there's actually some things that like I liked about this, some things I didn't love about it. And let me take the plastic off. So this is what it looks like. There is a huge range of colors in here. But the thing that I like struggled with it is like I wanted to do a really soft look. I remember I was going out to like some family thing. I wanted to do a really soft look with it. And I was going to use like this shade Back. And it took me a while to build up. And then I was going to go use this shade Honest Truth, because it looks stunning. Like on here, it's showing up more like orangey, but like in person, it's kind of corally. But Honest Truth, like I thought that was going to be stunning. And I think it just took me a while to build some of these colors up. Oh, like Lynn, I remember this was actually a really good base color, but like sometimes it just took me a little bit. Like it took like some colors, some palettes, base colors, I go like 1, 2, and I'm done. But then this one, I remember I was like, oh, like this is taking a little bit more time. So that was kind of my complaint about it. I've only used this twice, so like I really can't say much. Like that was kind of a remember one look that I did, but then like I know I've gone in with like Vroom Vroom and Los Angeles. And so I need to play around with this palette more because I think that I need to like give it a better shot and like a more fair shot in my in my case. But I think the names of it are so funny. Like the first row is like, welcome back to my channel, Wand Noise. And so I think like just the like shade names all together, so funny for this palette. Really liked it. Then the next thing I believe I got were, so I kind of have said to you guys, oh, like I'm really trying to get into more liquid. Oh, I'm trying to get more into liquid lipsticks, all this stuff. And so I kind of went, like when I got this Morphe palette, I went to, I got this Morphe palette with the setting spray. And then I went in and like once, because I got these shipped to me, I went in and I also bought like a week later. Oh my God, I just dropped it. I'm so sorry. I bought this Morphe liquid lipstick. Now this is in the shade Fatty and I thought it was stunning. I've used it twice. It is beautiful on the lips. I think it is a perfect like everyday shade. And it's just like really like a great color to use. And I like want to pick up more of these because the formula is amazing. If you haven't tried them, I highly recommend. But then kind of continuing into that, I found that I really want to get into more liquid lipsticks. And I kind of talked to you guys about like in my declutter about how I'm like trying to like be really cautious and like with cruelty-free makeup. And so I like have been trying to find cruelty-free, like good formulas for liquid lipsticks and lipsticks in general. So the first one I picked up was this Too Faced Melted Matte. I got this at Sephora. It was on sale. It smells so good, like a good vanilla scent. And like, it's not too overpowering. Like you don't really smell it when you put it on your lips, kind of just like when you open the bottle and actually sniff it. But it's so good. And I got this in the Gingerbread Girl shade. And I've only used this once. I used it like around the holiday seasons, maybe. I think it was right after Christmas and right before New Year's to like go to like a family party. Really like this. So I'm going to continue to use this. Then I picked up the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Catherine. Now, I know a lot of these are also at TJ Maxx. And so I got this one from Sephora and I'm trying to figure out like what shades I actually want to buy because I want to get more from TJ Maxx because clearly the prices are a lot cheaper there. But I need to figure out like what colors I want. I know the shade Heathers is really pretty, but like if you have any suggestions of any colors you like, I don't like really dark lips or like purpley undertones just don't look good on me. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. But I haven't even used this yet. So that's, I guess, kind of bad. But like actually, I did put this on once. I'm being dumb. I put this on once and then I took it off because it just didn't go with my look. But it felt really nice for like the 30 minutes or so that like I kept it on before I was going out. But then after that, I was kind of like, okay, like whatever. Then I got this Tarte, which, can we talk about this packaging? Stunning. I want more of these just so I can have a collection. Beautiful. So I got it in the shade Cruisin'. It looks like this. So pretty. And I have used this once. Loved it. Formula is super comfortable. I don't even know if this is I think it's just a lipstick. I don't think it's a matte lipstick, but if it is, let me know in the comments down below. But it was stunning. I think I applied it maybe once, like after I had originally applied it. I loved it. I have no complaints. And so after that, kind of like all those purchases came Christmas time. And I received a few things for Christmas. Oh, this included. Okay, first I received the Truly Madly Deeply palette from ColourPop. It's still in its box, but I've used it a couple times now. It looks like, does this have no, okay. It looks like this. This shade, Hungry Ghost is beautiful. It's also in the peach palette, but it is beautiful. So I've used that shade. And like, I know people said like, oh, those glitters, like they might not be safe for your eyes, but I think they are stunning. The glitters in these are beautiful. The shades in this is beautiful. You kind of can do like a darker look with everything kind of down here. And like even this color right here. You can do a lighter look. You can do a more like pinky tone with the ones that are on this side. And so I just think overall, like this is a stunning palette that I love. Then the next two things I haven't used, unfortunately. So I have to get into it. I'm trying to like, every time I go out, like use something new, like, but clearly by the time I filmed this video, I haven't used everything. So I have this Carly Bible palette. This is actually the only palette that I haven't used yet. So next time I go out, this is what will be going on my eyes. And you can kind of follow like all my looks from when I've been going out lately. I've been putting on my Instagram, and those will be linked down below. Also, anything that I got rid of in my declutter last time will be sold on my Poshmark or Mercari, and those are going to be in the description down below as well. And so I think my mom and dad got this for me from Ulta. It's the Carly Bible palette. Let me take this plastic out because clearly I haven't used it, and I've seen it clearly, but this is beautiful. I love the amount of shimmers there are compared to mattes, and I think that's perfect because you can still like get a look from all the mattes in the palette, but like there's still a good amount of shimmers. So I think that's like the perfect combination. And like these aren't like your ordinary shimmers, like this blue over here and this purple over here, this pink down here. Like these are some shimmers that I don't necessarily have in like my everyday collection. So I think this is really good. I know some people said they didn't love the pigmentation on some of these, so I'm gonna have to test it out, but so I can't like necessarily speak to that. But I think that a huge thing for me is that like I've really wanted it. I think the colors are beautiful, and so honestly I'm just really excited to try it. And you know, if it goes bad, it goes bad, but I still have the palette. I'm still like looking forward to it, and so yeah, we will see. But then the next thing I purchased was this overpressed powder, and it is in the shades are Snuggle Up. So it actually has it's like a cheek duo. So it has a blush right here and then a highlighter. So these are the two things that I actually wanted to try out. And so I'm going to take this blush brush. It's just kind of cute. It's like a mermaid brush. And I'm just going to tap my brush into there. Oops. And like, I'm already really like red rosy. So like, it might be like hard for you guys to tell, but like, I'm just looking at my mirror that's over here to the side of me. And I can just tell right off the bat, it is beautiful. Like here, I'll do a swatch for you guys too. Okay, it's right there. So it's really like light, but you can build it up, which I think those are my perfect blushes to me. Anything that I can build up, I love. And so now I use a fan brush currently for my highlighter. In the past, I've used something, oh gosh, where's the brush? Oh, I've used something like this, which is like from the brand Farrah. This brush though, the fan brush that I'm using currently is from It Cosmetics. And so let's try this highlighter out. Oh, yes, yes. Okay, so I love this. I already know I love it. This is perfect. I am so excited to use this more now that I've seen it. The highlighter is beautiful. Look at that nose highlight blinding. So excited. Okay, now I only have 3 more palettes to show you. Sorry, I'm just going to put some of these back in this bin so then I can put them away later. But the next palette I believe I got was this one. And this is a Pretty Vulgar palette. So I have never tried, before this, I had never tried anything from Pretty Vulgar. And so I was kind of like, oh, like, I don't really know if I'm going to like it, XYZ. And so I got the Phoenix Rising palette. It was at Marshall's and I got it for $9.99. So that's a steal. And it looks like this. I used this on New Year's Eve. I am not lying, you guys. One of my favorite makeup looks that I've ever done. I took a picture of it, but I didn't post it on my Instagram. And I'm thinking that I want to recreate that picture and post it because the lighting was bad in the restaurant I went to, everything. But one of my favorite looks that I've ever done. I used this shade Always. Oh my gosh, I'm not even in focus. I used this shade Always Rising. Then I think I went into Is Fire to put into the crease to darken up the crease. I used a little bit of my Ash, then to darken it up even more, I used Light My Fire, and the shimmer I used is Fierce Desire. And so clearly there's so much more that you can do with this palette. Like there's these mattes down here, more shimmers. And so there's a lot of like versatile in this palette. And I'm really, really excited that I picked this one up. And I hope to get more in the future. And so then finally my last two palettes that I picked up for this month is the Just Peachy mattes. So clearly this came out a while ago. You saw on my declutter that I have the white peach palette, but I picked this one up from Mercari. I can't remember how much I spent for it. I would like to say that I am stupid. And when I looked at the color, or like when I looked at the picture, I did not realize that it did not come with the shade. So I'm assuming that this shade, just based off kind of wiggling my finger in it when I first got it, and it's called Chocolate Dip, was a brown. But I wouldn't know. I need to Google the picture, see what it actually looks like. But the picture, or the look that I did with this, it's on, oh goodness, that's reflective. Okay, the look that I did with this, it's on my Instagram, and I just pulled in some shimmer from the Truly Madly Deeply palette. And honestly, these at first I was like, okay, like these aren't giving the best pigment. Everyone raves about these. I didn't know what was up. And then I went to use it again, and I used a shadow from I used a shimmer from the I think it was just like a Jeffree Star palette that I used. I can't even remember. But it, like, the second time it performed pretty well. So I think maybe there was just like, I kind of needed to dig in a little more. But overall, like the look I did with this, I'm super excited that like I now own this and that there's like some cool looks I can get out of it. And then finally, I have the Baby Got Peach palette from ColourPop. Now I have never owned one of their 9-pan palettes until now, and so I got really into this one. It looks like this, and that's what's on my eyes today here. I'll probably be posting a look on my Instagram, just so like go check out my video kind of a thing. But it looks like this. It's stunning. I used this shade, I know, and then I think I went over here and used this shade. And then I went over here and used this shade, and then this shade, and then for my shimmer I used, it's called Glaze It. And so I just think these are always fun. They're always themed. I'm really looking to get like the, now that I think that's like another thing is it's so hard to keep up. So that's something that I'll need to look into on which ones I'll want next. But yeah, so, that is my just January or my December like purchases. And so my January ones will clearly be coming out soon. But if you like are looking to see any videos or any looks with any of those, please let me know. And I will definitely do them, and check back on my channel soon. Bye.